Hey everybody, it's me Edward Jones, aka Daniel Kuhn, back with another video. And this one I had to get my old friend out for. Another Civil War, LOL. Now this is I think about 2 years have gone by since I did my Race War LOL video, and this is not this ain't a big channel, but I was pretty impressed with as to how much traffic that video has gotten. I haven't hit a million, but like I said, for a small channel like mine, over 100,000 is still something to be proud of. The reason why I'm doing this video, well, for several reasons. One, all the buzz that's going on about with the state the direction the country's going in, concerns of politics, and and a lot of people saying this is a cult. We're currently in a culture war. I've actually heard some people say this is like a soft civil war, like a soft second civil war. Like there really is no formal fighting, but there's some acts of hostility, shouting, arguing, temper tantrums, some vandalism that's been going on. Probably the most violent thing we've seen was what happened in Charlottesville with the during the protests and the people that hit by that car. And there's been talk for some time about is this country headed towards another civil war? There have been some polls saying that. I saw one video, one headline that said like 31% of the country, believe that there will be another civil war. Um, and it just talks about what kind of sides would you have in a second American Civil War. The second reason why I'm doing this video is because I've been getting a bit more comments here or there from my old video, Race War LOL, and that's got me thinking that, well, if there are there's still people commenting on that video. Um, maybe there are people who are looking that kind of stuff up and seeing see what kind of buzz has been going on YouTube about the matter. And so I still answer comments here and there, as I always do. And it got me thinking. I started watching videos on the topic, and a lot of the stuff that I've seen, kind of a lot of people who are doing videos on it, they share the same ideas I share, which I'm going to go and get into in a second. And I figured I'd just give my 2 cents. If you've seen my videos in the past, you know how I am about riots. I don't particularly like riots, and I'm a strong proponent for personal defense and for defending your home, defending your property, defending your loved ones, defending your neighbors especially. And I don't really I wouldn't want to see anything like a war, like another civil war starting up. Um, but if the talk is happening, then you know might as well share my thoughts on it. Because this is it is that would definitely be a SACF situation, and it's something that I hope that a lot of people would fare well in, um, as best they can. And so, a second American Civil War. It seems to be like if there are two sides that could be drawn up, it would be it really would be left and right. Now, it would more so be, I guess, it would be on the right. I guess you'd have Republicans, conservatives, and as much as they whether they like it or not, independents, because they more so try to stay neutral or try to stay try to be centrist. But on the other side, hard leftists, they're looking at people who are centrist as being on the right. So and they're so engaged in identity politics, and you know drumming up these victim cards anytime a small matter comes up, and basically really causing a rift between a rift within American society. Especially with the hashtag walk away movement. We have many young people, many people from different ages, It's turning out to be. They're seeing the Democratic Party for the for the mess that it actually is, and they're hightailing it, and it's I've seen more videos, more people talking about you know why they're walking away, and I just did a video about why I didn't have to walk away because I kind of saw that stuff long ago, and I didn't want any part of it. There's a comment that I've seen. I saw two different types of two different versions of this comment, and it goes like this. If you're talking about a civil war, and you got to pick sides. One side has 100 trillion bullets, and the other side can't figure out which bathroom to use. Uh, and that's telling. A lot of it's funny how you have groups like Antifa, and you have a particular members of Congress calling for um, political conflict and talking about there's talking at Yang so to speak about all the stuff you need to do towards people who are either Trump supporters or so-called fascists or so-called Nazis. And I think what they forget to realize is that the side that they're digging on has a lot of these, and they have a lot of these. So I thought it was kind of weird to wish ill on a group that's apparently there was a poll taken I read on Reddit. There was an article someone posted that the U.S. No, and this is not, I think this is not even counting the military. The U.S. Population has 46% of the world's firearms, and that's only estimated amounts according to the UN. And I'm pretty sure that a vast majority of those firearms are held by people who identify more with Republicans, with conservatism, libertarianism, those on the right essentially. And something I think that the left has done over time, and it's not solid, but I've seen a lot of. You look at the reaction to elections. I remember when Barack Obama was elected in 2008. The reaction to that was, I was in a line at the gun show for about 2 hours, and it was packed because you had a lot of conservative thinking men. It was primarily men, primarily white men, but I was there as well. So because I think the way I think, and looking for guns, looking for more stuff to buy. After 2012, I think it was said that the U.S. purchased enough firearms. I think it was in between November and January. The U.S. purchased enough firearms to outfit the Chinese and Indian Army, and that's within a 3-month period. And you remember I'm pretty sure we all remember the rush for guns after Sandy Hook and many other things. Anytime there's a tragedy like that happens, these primarily conservatives are out there buying guns. Even people who weren't even into firearms are going out there and start buying guns. And that seems to be the reaction that many on the right have when someone who they don't like start begin to wield political power. Now compare that to what happened in 2016, in November. Meltdowns all across social media. People screaming, people crying, people saying the election was rigged, that Trump didn't get the popular vote, which doesn't matter. Thankfully, I'm glad we have electoral college. People in the media just losing their minds. I know it's funny because all this talk about all these violent racists, these Trump supporters, these conservatives, these right wingers, these then it came down to this group called the alt-right, but all these supposed dangerous groups. And I wonder how many people who had that concern went out and bought a firearm, went out and bought some ammo, went out and practiced, went out and try to educate themselves. And I don't think a lot of them did. No, because if I remember correctly, gun sales dropped. Gun sales dipped a bit. I guess there were plenty of conservatives who bought all this stuff before, ahead of time, and then after the election, it was like, oh well, now I just got a bunch of ammo to sit on and stuff I can train with, stuff I can put back in storage. Then you have to freak out, because that just seems to be that's like the mindset between, I guess, the left and the right. One side will be prepared for whatever danger they see down in the future, and the other side just freaks out and have temper tantrums and start riots and stuff like that. When people are talking about a civil war, really, one side 100 trillion rounds of ammo, the other side can't figure out which bathroom it wants to use, what identity it has, what gender it has, and that's not to solely dig on people who, who their thinking is in that direction, but it's like their priorities. If you're worried about danger, what would what are you going to do about it? Are you going to rely on, and this is the poison of the Democratic Party, are you going to rely on someone else to take care of you, or are you going to take care of yourself? Are you going to plan ahead? Are you going to get fit, get in shape, put some food, put some money, put some guns and ammo, put some first aid away, put some things away in case shit goes south, in case the fecal matter collides with the oscillating propeller. I haven't said that in a good long time. So there's all this talk about civil war, and just on that instance alone, it ain't gonna happen. And I think as a benefit to the people on those on the hard left, they ought to be thankful that conservatives, Republicans, libertarians, those on the right, those more on the right, they have long patience. They're very patient. They're very careful about the things they do, because they understand. Because I think this is also another key factor. They understand the cost of war. They understand, what it takes to have to, go out and train and go out and practice, go out there, get yourself fit, get in the right mindset, because I myself would never ever want. I wouldn't want to do anything like that. I don't want to engage in a civil war. It's silly. But I'm not foolish enough to think that it could never happen here. So I'll leave it at that. Ultimately, I think all this talk about civil war is very interesting. I don't think much can come. I don't think much can come of it. But I think the discussion is good, and I think if there are those who are more left leaning, or if you're liberal or progressive or what have you, and this is a concern you have, I'd say talk it over with if you know, and it helps to know people who think differently than you. It helps to know people who are conservative minded, libertarian minded, things like that. Talk it over with them. Ask their opinion, and see what they think. And if you are concerned about that kind of thing happening in the near future, well, there's plenty of information on YouTube as of now. Plenty of information online that you can refer to use as a reference, to kind of show you how things might go and what you can do to prepare yourself if should that happen. But I think it's gonna stay a soft war. I think a lot of the hysteria is gonna simmer down eventually. But while that hysteria is still around, I'm gonna still keep my buddy. So, just want to do this video. Please tell me what you think. Do you see a potential civil war down the road? If you do, how long into the future do you think is going to happen? What do you think about the two different? If there will be two different sides, or maybe 3 sides, 4 sides, who knows? Please share your thoughts. I love to read everybody's comments and respond to them as in a timely manner as I can. If you want to make a donation to the channel, just go to my homepage and look for Give Up That Cheese button. That's from Little Homer's Project Pat, and send some shekels my way to help with the channel and help with further projects. Any gripes, complaints, send me a PM. I'll see what I can do to address them. But that's my video. Another Civil War LOL. I'm Edward Jones, and Thanks for watching.